Ruh-roh. There we go. BpsRps Live, 12/12/21. Sunday night, wrapping up the weekend, as we always do about this time. Today in baseball, Mike Calfranco is a national. He was close to signing overseas, but at the last minute, he changed his mind. He decided to bring his talents to his talents want to remain in the National League East. We're very, very happy that we're going to get to see Mike Calfranco play quite a few times this year. And he's really going to be able to show his talents this year on a team that will really appreciate all that he brings. Michael Franco is a great player, a great human being, and we wish him the best in Washington. We hope that the Phillies suffer by letting him go. Many years ago, he was a great 8-hole hitter. They just never really took advantage of his talents. And I blame that on Gabe Kapler. He didn't learn how to manage till he left. Today in baseball history, nothing. Nothing happened. Yo, MK, what's cracking, brother? Nothing. Gorman Thomas was born in 1950. If anybody remembers him, Milwaukee Brewers slugger, had a great mustache. That's it. Bill Kellogg passed away in 1971. Nah, maybe a shot or two later. But I gave up on the bottles, down to maybe like a couple of shots, if that. It's been a couple of years ago. It's the thing, the jack led to the carbs. So at midnight, I'd be scarfing down like 3-4 slices of pizza, you know? And the sugar in the jack supposedly does something to your body. Doesn't burn fat, I don't know. It's definitely not the exercise. I exercised maybe 4 minutes of my entire life. Went to the gym. I was at a gym once. It was a pretty cool concept. I just got bored. I mean, you're just like lifting stuff, and it's very repetitive, and it got boring. So I left after about 4 or 5 minutes, as you can tell. But maybe if I wasn't so quick to get bored with physical stuff, I'd be playing baseball right now next to Mike Calfranco. Mike Cal, if you're watching, put a good word in for me. I can't do a good trivia prize without anything that happened in baseball. Oh, I got it. I got a good trivia. We got Wander Franco, Bo Jackson, Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth, was a great baseball player, and he used to eat hot dogs. And Alec Boehm. Who did the Nationals sign to a minor league contract today? That's going to lead them to yet another promised land, another World Series championship. Don't type the answer here. Retweet it. Got another we got 2 more holiday packs. I gotta get the magnifying glass. I think I got some Kalenics in your stash, MK. They're going out Wednesday. The holiday stash, I like to call it. Firm them up Tuesday night. Run over to the United States Postal Office Wednesday. Sort of like St. Nick, old St. Nick. Whit Merrifield. They're your boys. Oh, I think I put a Julio Rodriguez Bowman prospect pool numbered 1 all up in your stash also. Paul DeJong, he's definitely not a Northwest Bash brother. He's a middle infielder striking out Bash brother. They were bases. Alex Bregman, part of the Killer Bees. I went through my badass binders over the last couple of weeks and consolidated some parts. I was like, I think it's a number 1. I was like, I have the base. I was like, he deserves a better home, and that's what you could provide him since that's one of your PCs. Christian Pache, sell high if you could even sell for him. I don't like the Braves hitting prospects. I'm sorry, MK, you're a Braves fan. I'm sorry. But like Pache and Waters, I think they're like overrated. But then again, I thought Bowman was going to be good, so what do I know? But maybe it's just the Phillies fan to be talking. But then I'm not anti-Braves. I just think Pache, I don't know. I think he's more valuable, and you don't like it to be all right, so I don't feel bad now. But I think Pache would be more valuable in real life. Speaking of Nationals, Keibert Ruiz, it's a bad airbrush. But oh, it's a metallic. Brent Rooker, rookie card. Harris Langoliers. Michael Harris, yeah. Langoliers, is Langoliers going to be good? The only two I really talk about was Waters and Pache. I think because everybody had them like top and they really spoke of like really like highly ranked. It's like I don't know what to think of them. But yeah, they're pitching though, right? How's Spencer Strider? Is he going to be all right? Brent Rooker, raised metallic. Tanner, if you're watching, the Twins fan, this is a rare card. Very nice. Is he Harris? Is I know you were talking about Shea, but Harris is the fast dude, right? Adbert Alzolay. I think he's going to have a good year. I know he's a Cubs pitcher, and I'm against Cubs pitching, but I think he'll break the trend. I love seeing Trey Turner on the Dodgers. Obviously, I'm not a Dodgers fan, but just seeing him on the Dodgers sliding, sort of like Superman, or like Pete Rose. Two more bases. Corey Kluber and Juan Soto. That's exactly in the center field, right? That's exactly what the Phillies could use. There's no Garland or anything on these cards. That pack sucked. Sorry for cursing. Topps 03. This has never been touched by human hands before. Well, the cards inside, supposedly. I don't even know who to pick in 03. Who's around? The blue cards. All right, we wanted Jason Giambi. Got Joe Randa. It's like the second Joe Randa card we're looking at in the last week. Royals third baseman. Why? Danny Baez. Yo, remember they signed him from Cuba? The Indians. He was supposed to be like the Indians. Yeah, they signed him from Cuba. It was like a big like signing at the time. Turned out to be a dud. Well, he was in the Phillies for a short time. Bob Wickman, speaking of Cleveland, he was their closer at one time. He's sort of like a cult favorite nowadays, from what I've heard. CC Sabathia on Cleveland. Yeah, this is old school. Wow. He went up being a good pitcher. John Flaherty. Tampa Bay. Dude, I don't remember him as a catcher for Tampa. It's a weird card. This card's backwards, so this might be an auto or something. Or just jizzed. Jeff Conine. The Orioles. Wasn't Jeff Conine Mr. Marlin? Scotty Scott. Thank you, brother. It's good to be back. Welcome back to you, brother. if you could send a BIP signal at somebody, we need a Stauffer here. Unless anybody else knows, Jeff Conine is an Oriole here. I always thought he was a Marlin. Isn't he known as Mr. Marlin? This is some. He was on the Marlins for 5 years. He was on the Royals for 2 before that, the Royals for 1 after the Marlins, and the Orioles for 4. How the hell could he be Mr. Marlin if he played for them like less than half of his career? I think that's Bush League, and I think that they just took advantage of this man to try to turn him into something that he's not, and we don't condone that. But then again, PJ's an Orioles fan, and Stauffer's a Marlins fan, so it might be interconnected here to try to like troll them. And Tops, we don't condone that. We're going to send this card over to both of them, and I hope they set it on fire or something in retaliation. Bad Tops. Michael Tucker. Oh, that'll be awesome. Part of the Duncan Yard Goats game, right? Kaz Sasaki. He was a closer, right? He came over from Japan. You guys remember when I think there were a bunch of it was a Japanese investment corporation that bought Seattle. So everybody thought that they would get all like the good players from their home country. They got Ichiro and they got Sasaki, who I think he had some good years closing for them. He was no Danny's Baez. Yeah, I think he was, wasn't he? This is 03. What year did they win 136 games? Was that 01? Because he saved 45 games that year for them. Wow, he had a good first 3 years of his career because Sasaki. Saves were 37, 45, 37, ERA 3.16, 3.24, 2.52. That's right. They went to the Yankees. Do you remember what George Steinbrenner called Hideki Arabu? I'm not going to say that live. But it's a good thing they missed out on him, the Mariners. MK said the Mariners missed out on Matsui and George Steinbrenner's guy. Matsui was Godzilla. Jermaine Dye, one of the Jackson 5. Jermaine. I was excited when the A's got him. No, quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. Bobby Jones. If Mrs. Bips was here, she could confirm that Bobby Jones is husband to Tracy, who she used to work with. It's not really too common of a name, so it's got to be the same guy. Met him a few times, kind of resembles him. But in 03, wow, that's 21 years ago. I met him about 3 years ago, and he looked like he was about my age. Maybe he found the fountain of youth. If you're watching, Bob, good job. Alex Gonzalez. Alex Gonzalez made an error. Bobby Jones. He was the good six man for the Sixers. That's right. He was on the '83 championship team. He played baseball. He married a dental assistant. He ran, I think, the maintenance center at Hyundai in Jersey. This guy gets around. Barry Zito, all-star. So I texted Uncle Len today, a friend of mine, Lenny, who I haven't seen in like 10, 15 years. He told me about the time he met Barry Zito. I think I talked about that the other night. He never wrote me back. So Len, if you're watching, you have about 15 more hours, or it'll be 24 hours since I texted you, and that means you're ignoring me. So you have until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, or you're banned. It's that easy, Len. I haven't told him, but I texted him, yo, Len, Tell me the Barry Zito story when you met him at the Egypt nightclub. The nightclub was called Egypt. Tell me the story again. He didn't write back. Is he ashamed? Chances are he doesn't know it was me. But still, who else is going to text you out of the blue after not talking to him for 20 years and saying, tell me a Zito story, knowing that I was an A's fan? '05. 2 years later. Jimmy Browns. I don't know who would be in this pack. '05. Jason Giambi. Craig Biggio. Oh, wow. This is Gavin's brother-in-law. Caven, one of them. Brother-in-law. He was a good player. Remember he came up as a catcher. He started in '88. Played a lot of years, this dude. Blake. I wonder if Blake was the artist who did the Red Dragon painting. Casey Blake? Casey Blake. Wasn't he traded for Carlos Santana? Doesn't say it on the back of the card, so I don't know if it's true. Mike Scioscia. Wow, he's played a long time. I didn't know he played for the Angels. Manager. Yo, Mike Scioscia was a dirty player. Google it. I'm sure it'll come up. He used to block the plate and try to injure people. That's why Norm Charlton, when he got on base and he ran through a stop sign at third base to barrel into him to get him back for, well, he blocked the plate, I think, and hurt Eric Davis. But no offense, Eric Davis got hurt just sneezing. Alex Cintron. Isn't he the vodka guy? The jobber. Kyle Farnsworth. This guy talked a lot. He ran his mouth a lot. He's a pretty intimidating closer. Wild. Todd Worrell on the Phillies. In another case where the Phillies don't get the good brother, the Phillies had Tim Worrell. Todd, as we all know, won Rookie of the Year in 1986 in the National League. He didn't win in the American League. Canseco did. And he saved some games for, I think the '85 World Series. Something. Tim Worrell was a fellow reliever. Jim Thome the phony. He promised us a World Series when he signed with the Phillies. They had to wait till they traded him to the White Sox, and then a couple years after for us to get it. He didn't do anything for us. He only blocked Ryan Howard and hurt his Hall of Fame chances. I think Jim Thome's one of the only player who hit at least 600 home runs who's not in the Hall of Fame. Of course, Bonds. But you know what? As much as I dislike Thome for lying to me, he was a good player. As of this card, 284 career average, 979 OPS, 423 strikeouts, home runs. Dude, he only had 18 stolen bases. Ned Yost, manager. Is he still managing somewhere? Gobble. It's Jimmy Gobble. He was a Royal, first round pick. Gobble, gobble. Yo, I'm going to keep this card for Thanksgiving. It's going to be a trivia prize for Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble. Yeah, turkeys do that gobble, gobble, right? If they don't, I'm really got a lot of explaining to do. Gobble, gobble. I think he had a couple good games too, Jimmy Gobble. And then ERA league leaders. I hear some good names. Johan Santana, Kurt Schilling, and Jake Westbrook. Wow, Santana, he was such a good pitcher. All right, final pack of the evening is the final pack of holiday cards that I have as of now. We're going to see what Santa Claus brings us. It was a very good blue this year. I sat in his lap and I told him so. And he laughed, which either means I'm nuts or it means that I was crazy for sitting on the dude's lap. Actually, I didn't sit on his lap. I didn't even see him this year. Gleyber Torres. Mini Bips is at the age. Max Fried or Fried. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he's a good pitcher. Evan White. He signed that big contract and he got hurt, so we hope he gets back. Freed, like Kylo Ren wanting to be free of the pain. Max Fried. All right. But that's so weird. It's spelled like fried. Like if I go into a place and order fried onions, I guess I should start saying freed onions. Can I have a cheesesteak with freed onions? I've been pronouncing it wrong my whole life. The English language is hard to learn. Think about it. Though. TH, right? OUGH. It's like thalge. Rough. ROUGH. Rouge. Why don't they just do RUF? Ha! You got it down. Yeah. That's why in Philly, it's one whiz wit or one whiz without. We don't have to know how to pronounce fried or fried. We order cheesesteaks. MK, yes. He's got the Philly cheesesteak ordering down. And coincidentally, the Philly best player, MVP, Bryce Harper comes up. I'm gonna put this in your stash. Since if you hang out with Bryce Harper, you'll teach him how to order a cheesesteak the right way. Bryce, if you're watching, I see something on my corner of the eye. It's the cat. She's going back in the back to do her business. You guys ever watch a cat? When we got her, she was like a stick. 6 months later, she's like almost as big as me. All they do is lay around all day and eat. She's a fat cat. And I felt bad to tell her that at first, thinking I'd like ruin her like esteem. And I don't like to ruin people's esteems. But then I realized she's not a person. She probably has no idea that I'm telling her that she's a fat cat. But she got fat. I'm worried about her health. Adam Wainwright, he had a great year. An awesome year for a older veteran. Short print, it's 426. Pete Alonso. I'm going to guess it's got the Santa belt because that's usually what we get. But I'm going to hope he's got like an elf, like coming out of his ear or something. Ah, it's a scarf. Ah, it's even better. Look, he's got a scarf. He's like protect himself from the cold weather because when December comes, the weather gets cold, but it's not going to affect Alonso. It's cool. I like that. I like that. Eddie Rosario Bunning. That's odd. He's sort of like a power, not power, but I mean shit. Sorry for cursing. He had 32 home runs. You don't hit 32 home runs up by Bunning. He did very well for the Braves in the World Series. Kyle Isbell. Yeah, this is the one where he throws the bat. He like throws the bat at the ball. I don't know what he's thinking. He's got to work on that in AAA. Austin Meadows. Yo, I think he's going to have a good bounce back year. Don't tell anybody I told you if we're in leagues together. He had 33 home runs, batted .291 with 12 steals in 2019. Pretty good year. The final card of the evening is one I've never seen before. Jed Lowry. He's oft injured. I don't know how to pronounce that word, but he gets injured often. And look how he's sliding. He's probably stretching like a ligament doing that. I hope his meniscus is okay. He's very brittle. It's a base. So we got one Adele. We got the Alonso Adele. Treble. Jimmy! Look, it's a Pete Alonso short print. He's got a scarf on as our Mets guru. I thought you liked that. He's protecting himself from the cold. No female elf relics. They should do that. They should chop up the female elves like braziers and like put them in there, and then maybe like ones will say like Victoria's Secret, and you get like the S or the SECRET. That would be pretty damn cool. Tops, Allen and Ginter. I guess they do. According to the Tops, maybe they don't know about the polar bears' proclivity not to feel cold. Yeah, that's weird. Why would Tops put a scarf on? Why they should have just put like sunglasses on him, or maybe a Santa hat would have been better rather than the scarf. He doesn't really need it. They wasted the scarf on Alonso when they could have gave it to like Robinson Cano. That's a good question. That would have been even better. Yeah, like the polar bear, the Coca-Cola bottle coming out of his ass or something. Like they could have put it like right there, like he sat on it and it got lodged, or maybe in his back pocket or something. That would have been a nice idea. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. The PED cover up. So that's all I got tonight, fellas. But before I go, we got the bone. Babe Ruth. He's perhaps one of the finest baseball players ever to, and he ate hot dogs. Bo Jackson and Wander Franco. Right? Quick scan was completed. There were 5 threats found on the laptop. 5. So I'm glad you joined us, Jim. Glad everybody joined us. MK Scotty. Trivia question: who did the Nationals sign to a minor league contract today? And it wasn't D. Strange Gordon we're talking about. We're talking about former Philly great Maikel Franco. So don't type the answer here. Retweet at the end of the broadcast. I know it's a tough question, but we try to enjoy the trivia here. So you enjoy your week too. If I don't talk to you, Jim, everybody enjoy the week. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Thanks for joining, everybody. You guys keep watching. I'll keep ripping. Have a great night.